Is it possible to design a rectangle mango groove whose length is twice its breadth and the area is equal to 800 meters square? If so, find its length and breadth. So the question starts with, is it possible? How do you show if something is possible? So basically we're looking at the answer to be in form of real numbers, right? So maybe on solving this, you get a quadratic equation, and obviously, this is a quadratic equation chapter. So one of the ways is to find the value of t, and if you get the value of t to be greater than or equal to 0, means the roots are real, and thus the condition is true. So basically, indirectly, they're asking us to find the nature of roots. Okay. So, anyways, before we decide on the answer itself, let's see what the question talks about. So first thing is we have a rectangle field or mango groove. To be frank, I exactly don't know what is that. So what is a rectangle? A rectangle is a closed figure whose opposite sides are equal and the angles are equal to 90 degrees. So the length and the breadth have some relationship. So what they're telling is the length, if it's x, if the breadth is x, the length will be double of that. And the area happens to be 800 meter square. So now we begin with, let x be the length of the breadth and therefore the length of the length L, that is equal to 2 times of x. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It looks weird, but right, just mentioning that okay, this is what we're considering. So now let's look at the given part. The area is 800 meters square. So area of rectangle is 800 meters square, and area of rectangle is given by the formula length into breadth should be equal to 800. So the length is we're looking at 2x, and the breadth is x, which is equal to 800. So basically this is 2x square, right? This is equal to 800. So if I divide with 2 both sides, x square will be equal to 400. And now the next part, taking the square root both the sides. So plus or minus 400, which is something but plus or minus 20. So x is equal to plus or minus 20. And now we have breadth is equal to 20. It can't be negative 20, is it not? X is your breadth and it can't be negative 20, so meters. Why meters? Because we can clearly see the area is meter square, means the length and breadth had to be in meters. And yes, the length is double of your breadth, so we have 2 times of 20, that is 40 meters, right? And finally, we can end with our statement that yes, it's possible. So remember, the question is it possible? So we need to mention that yes, it's possible. And yes, here we didn't find the value of d. We happened to solve x value easily, and we found out the answer, that a real number, right? Which is positive real number. So which is not a negative number, because again negative value would have shown that it is not possible. So many ways of showing if it's possible or not, and this is one of the ways. And it's important to conclude the answer with what the question is about. The question is about, is it possible? One part of it, yes, it is possible. And find the value, and we found the value. So each of this will carry half a mark.